part by Inked Playmats at inkedplaymats.com, your place for custom-made playmats. Design your own or shop from other featured designers. Use promo code KLOTZ to save 10% on your order. Inked Playmats, your game, your style. To do on their website, and come join us for a fun-friendly F&M environment. Evan from KlotzProductions, and welcome back to Game 2 of Haunted Humans vs. Blue-White Pike. Nick took a mulligan down to 6 for this game and started off by playing an island. Chris then played an island of his own and used it to cast a ponder. He looked at his top cards and decided to shuffle them away. Nick played land go again, and then Chris laid down a plains and put an intangible virtue into play. Nick played draw go again, and then Chris played a butcher's cleaver and passed his turn. Nick then drew a plains and resolved a Geist of St. Traft. Then for Chris's turn, he played a timely reinforcements to get himself 3 soldier tokens, which became 2/2s because of his intangible virtue. Nick then used a vapor snag to get rid of one of the tokens and dropped Chris to 19. He played another vapor snag to get rid of another token and dropped Chris to 18. Then he went to 16 himself to cast 2 gut shots and kill the 3rd token. Then he swung in with his Geist and brought an angel along with it, taking Chris to 12. Chris killed the Geist with a Day of Judgment, and then Nick put a Sword of War and Peace into play. For Chris's next turn, he played an Invisible Stalker and then equipped his Butcher's Cleaver to it. Nick played Draw Go, and then Chris attacked with his Stalker, going up to 16 and dropping Nick to 12. Then post-combat, Chris played a second intangible virtue. Nick played Draw Go again, and then Chris played a second Butcher's Cleaver. It resolved, so he equipped it to his Stalker as well and attacked for 7, going up to 23 and dropping Nick down to 5. Then at the end of the turn, Nick played a Snapcaster Mage. Then on his turn, he equipped his sword to his mage and attacked. Chris had 1 card in his hand and Nick had 4 in his, so Chris went down to 18 and Nick went up to 9. Chris attacked with his Stalker again on his next turn, going back up to 25 and dropping Nick down to 2. And Nick attacked again with his Snapcaster, taking Chris to 19 and going back up to 7. And then when Chris attacked with his Stalker again, Nick used a Divine Offering to destroy one of the Butcher's Cleavers. This took him back up to 10, and then he took 4 damage from the Stalker, going down to 6 and taking Chris back up to 23. Then post-combat, Chris resolved a Hero Blade Hold and equipped his Cleaver to it, and then at the end of the turn, Nick used another Vapor Snag to bounce the hero and drop Chris to 22. Nick attacked with his Mage again, dropping Chris to 15 and going back up to 10 himself. Then post-combat, he played a Tap Seachrome Coast. Chris attacked with his Stalker again, making the life totals 19 to 6. Then post-combat, he played another Butcher's Cleaver. Nick started his next turn by playing a Rune Chanter's Pike. He then equipped the Pike to a Snapcaster and attacked with it for 13 damage, dropping Chris to 6. He also had 3 cards in his hand, so went back up to 9. Chris started his next turn by equipping the other Cleaver to his Stalker and then attacking for 7 more damage, making the life totals 13 to 2. Then post-combat, he used a Day of Judgment to wipe the board. Nick played Draw Go, and then Chris replayed his Hero Blade Hold and then played another Butcher's Cleaver. Then at the end of the turn, Nick played a Midnight Haunting to get himself 2 Spirit tokens. Then on his turn, he equipped his sword to one of the spirits and his pike to the other one. He then attacked with the spirits, dropping Chris to 1 and gained 3 life himself, going back up to 5. He then paid 2 life to use a gut shot and finished Chris off, giving him the win and taking them to Game 3. So that's it for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. You can find the full version in the annotations at the end, along with links to my Let's Play Duels of the Planeswalkers 2012, as well as my playtesting with my Glissa Grave deck. And as always, if you like this or any other video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and add it to your favorites, then subscribe to be notified when more videos are online.